What's up, Reed Temple fam? Let's spring forward and live higher in God. Reed Temple AME Church Prison Ministry presents Second Chance Awareness Month, the expunging of criminal records, Saturday, April 29th, 2023, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., right here at Reed Temple. The Reed Temple Christian Academy is now accepting bids for catering services. If interested, please submit all bids to Reed Temple Christian Academy Board of Directors by 4 p.m. EST by Monday, May 1st, 2023. Reed Temple presents Scholarship Orientation for high school seniors, parents, and guardians, Saturday, May 6th, from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Join the Active Shooter Training for Leaders, taught by the Prince George's County Police Department, Tuesday, May 9th at 10 a.m. in person. For more information, visit reedtemple.org/events. Calling all stewards, trustees, ministry leaders, and staff. Join us for our leadership meeting, Tuesday, May 9th, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Please register at reedtemple.org/events. Join us for Senior Sunday, Sunday, May 21st, at our 9:30 a.m. service. Reed Temple, join us for our State of the Church Leader Consecration service, Sunday, June 4th, at our 9:30 a.m. service. We look forward to worshiping with you in person and online as we celebrate all that God has done.
Join Reed Temple AME Church at 9:30 a.m. every Sunday in the month of May for the 2023 Miracle Month of May Revival, Fresh Fire. Don't miss this extraordinary time of renewal and recommitment with guest revivalists on Sunday, May 7th, Bishop John R. Bryant, retired senior bishop of the African Methodist Episcopal Church.
Let your light so shine before men and women that they will see your good works and glorify your Father who's in heaven. Come on, you're in the life business. Don't sit in church like a bump on a log, but let your light shine in your praise.
On Sunday, May 14th, it's Reverend Dr. Najuma Smith Pollard, Senior Pastor of Word of Encouragement Community Church in Los Angeles, California.
When you've been positioned for the here and the now, you do not have the privilege of silence. We do not have the privilege of silence. I don't care if you don't want to talk about it, you still don't have the privilege of silence.
On Sunday, May 21st, it's Bishop Reginald T. Jackson, presiding prelate of the 6th Episcopal District of the African Methodist Episcopal Church.
God is going to make a way one out of two ways. He's going to make a way somehow, or he's going to make a way anyhow. But somehow the Lord will make a way. Take him at his word. Trust God.
And wrapping up the Miracle Month of May on Sunday, May 28th, it's Reverend Dr. Anton Elwood, Senior Pastor of New Mount Zion AME Church in Tallahassee, Florida. It's time for Revival, the Miracle Month of May, Fresh Fire. Every Sunday in the month of May, online and in person, at Reed Temple's 9:30 a.m. worship services. For more details, please visit reedtemple.org/events. Reed Temple is located at 11400 Glendale Boulevard in Glendale, Maryland, where Reverend Dr. Mark E. Whitlock Jr. is senior pastor.
Jesus, he's alright. What's the matter with Jesus? What's the matter with Jesus? He's alright. What's the matter with Jesus? He's alright. Oh, what's the matter with Jesus? He's alright. 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 He's alright. He's alright. He's alright. He's alright. He's alright. See, I tried it. See, I tried it. He's alright. He's alright. He's your healer. He's your healer. He's your deliverer. Yes, he is. He's alright. He's alright. He's alright. I love him. He's alright. He's alright. He's alright. I trust him. He's alright. He's alright. Come on, put those hands together. Come on.
Good morning. Welcome to another time for us to join together and gather together for Rise Up, Wake Up, and Pray Up, where we're expecting God to do nothing but to show up on this day. For this day that the Lord has made. We have no other choice but to be glad in it, God has brought us to yet another Wednesday for us to celebrate and magnify his holy and righteous name. Welcome to Rise Up, Wake Up, and Pray Up. And I challenge you during this brief moment as we are gathering together, that you share this with everyone you know. Share this broadcast. Let others know that this is indeed the place to be. Reed Temple has Rise Up, Wake Up, and Pray Up, and we are live. Think about all the testimonies that have come from Rise Up, Wake Up, and Pray Up. So why don't you share this broadcast and let others know that this is indeed the place to be on this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see all of you joining in on with us this morning. Good to see each and every one. Michael Delos, Reverend Carter, we see you all logging in, and we're excited that you have taken some time on this day to join with us for Rise Up, Wake Up, and Pray Up. So much has happened over the last few weeks as we went from Calvary, we went to experience our Jesus rising, and now we have a wonderful time when we lead to Pentecost, and we're just excited to celebrate a wonderful and magnificent Savior. The youth department at Reed Temple is very eager and on fire to get everything that God has in store for them. We've had a wonderful few weeks. We've been engaged in worship in our own area, in our own worship atmosphere, and your youth and your young adults and your children can participate just the same. Just join us each and every Sunday for youth church right here at Reed Temple as we invite our young people into an opportunity where they can meet God where he is, and just understand and know that God is with them even at that age. If I had a story to tell of all the opportunities and all the ways we make for our young people, they are able to express their talents, express their gifts, express various things that, have opportunity for them. And we cannot do that without the loving parents out there, the loving grandparents who are bringing our young people to worship with us. So why don't you take this opportunity even now to put in your mind that you're going to bring your young people to join us on Sundays for our worship? Because once they get engaged with us, I promise you, they'll want to come Sunday after Sunday and participate in all the wonderful activities Reed Temple does offer our young people. And it's amazing to be at a church where we have and make opportunities for our young people. So many times our young people go astray because they don't have those opportunities, but you won't have that at Reed Temple. We make opportunities for our young people to engage in worship. And that's yet a great. I can't do it without my loving and wonderful volunteer staff that work with us each and every day, each and every Sunday, each and every weekday when we have Bible study and various other activities for our young people. It's not a one-person show. It's a team effort. And I thank God for each and every team member that we have that works with us daily to make sure that youth ministry happens at Reed Temple. That's enough to give God praise, because God really has had a wonderful his way with Reed Temple Youth Ministry. We've grown so much, but we continue to grow each and every day because of your help. Why don't you take this moment right now and let others know that to join us, because we have a special broadcast this morning with you. We have a special broadcast for you this morning, and I want everyone to be able to take advantage of this opportunity as we begin to engage in worship. So right where you are, stop. Everyone stop this morning. Stop and take a moment right now. I know you can do it. And click share right at the bottom. Click share and let others know. Don't keep this broadcast to yourself this morning, because this is a broadcast that I want everyone to see, because I want you to see all the awesome things that we are doing at Reed Temple. Reed Temple, I want you to see what we are doing. And I believe if you do this, this will be a great effort to help our young people at Reed Temple and our youth department at Reed Temple. So we're looking forward to God showing his way. Let others know that Rise Up, Wake Up, and Pray Up is live. And we're expecting God to do nothing but to show up. This morning, the simple text that I'm going to come from, I'll actually come from two this morning, two different texts this morning. The first one, I'm going to come from Philippians 4:13. We all know it. We all, recite it, but it simply says, I can do all things in Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Also, 1 Timothy 4:12, we're going to look at. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and purity. You know, 1 Timothy 4:12 is a scripture I learned very young, at a very young age. And I really stuck to that scripture and kept saying it over and over, even in my young age, because I was someone who was very actively involved in ministry even when I was a child. I would have different adults come around and say, you know, he's too young to do that, or maybe he's too young, immature to do that. But really, I thank God for the wisdom of those that, you know, made ways for me even at a young age to you know, establish us a name and establish some type of notoriety in church so that we could really know what it really meant to serve the Lord. Serving God has been the greatest thing that ever happened to me. And it all happened because I had someone not despise my young age and push me on beyond my youth, and push me on, letting me know that God has much and had much in store for me. And I believe this morning that God has much in store for each and every one of you who are tuned in this morning to experience this. We are excited because this morning, we're not just having an opportunity where we can talk about our youth, but we're bringing our youth to you. Well, definitely this is an opportunity where I am so excited that we have here at Reed Temple, and that's to celebrate all of the young people who joined us on the college tour we had just a few weeks ago. And I want to take this time to invite my co-hosts who all joined me on the college tour: Taylor Bridges, we have Mason Battle, Gazelle, Gerby, Madison, Greenlee, who all joined us. Good morning to each and every one of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you early this morning. I know it's very early, and I know you all have school this morning coming up, but I do want to say that I appreciate each and every one of you joining us. So thank you all for joining us on the college tour. So I'm ready to get engaged with the conversation. You see the comments coming in. Let's just start with Taylor. Taylor Bridges, what did you think of the college tour experience we had a few weeks ago?
I really enjoyed it. Like, meeting new people and then touring the colleges really like gave me a better idea of like where I want to go in the future. So it really helped. And then everybody was like so family oriented. So it was really a nice group of people to go with. It was really nice.
Right. Madison, what would you say?
I really enjoyed it. I would love to do it again. It was really fun experience being with people that are my age. And overall, I just really liked it.
Gazelle, okay, to someone that may have missed the tour, what would you say they missed? How would you get them to come next year? What would that be?
I would probably say like it's a great tour, like meeting new people. You missed out on like a lot of good schools that like you would have probably never thought of going to. Like, for example, like Lemoyne Owen. I probably would have never went there because it's far away, but because of the tour, I got to visit a bunch of HBCUs that I never heard of, and it's good to hear about the schools because you have more options. Yeah.
Right. HBCU is definitely a word I want to stress. It's definitely a historical Black college or university or school founded on the belief that every individual deserves access to college or in higher education. More specifically, Higher Education Act of 1965 basically defines HBCU as that. And I believe each and every day we need to push HBCUs. I'm a product of 2 HBCUs, and I'm just excited because we have Mason Battle, a senior, who's going to an HBCU just as well. And Mason, how would you say and what would you describe the HBCU tour we just experienced?
Well, since I already like committed to my HBCU, it was mainly just seeing all the other HBCUs I've never heard of and ever seen before. So it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. So pretty cool. So Mason, you are definitely an active member of Reed Temple. And what would you say to those individuals possibly that have missed the tour?
I would say definitely like talk to the people that actually went on the tour and like really try to think about like you want to go on this tour. Like, this tour was fun. You meet new people your age and some people not your age, but at the same time, like, we young teenagers, like, you're gonna have fun regardless. And like, you're gonna see all the new colleges and stuff, and especially the food and everything.
Okay, so listen. So let's go back to the Sunday we left. Our pastor prayed over all of us as we departed, headed down south, and we went to basically our first stop was North Carolina A&T. While we were at North Carolina A&T, we had an opportunity to walk around and see the campus there. Taylor, what would you describe North Carolina A&T as?
It was definitely like it was. You see like new things everywhere you go. In my opinion, I feel like it was really together. Like it wasn't like, oh, you see this random building over here. Like it was uniform, and it was just, I don't know. Like it seemed like a really cool campus. Like you see all the people outside talking, eating food, like just driving around. It was really like a together community, in my opinion.
Do you all remember something from North Carolina A&T that I know I remember? I can give you a hint, but I'm gonna see if you all remember something different that we did not see at any other campus.
Robots.
Explain what those robots were. That's exactly what I was going at.
Like you place an order on, I think it was the North Carolina A&T, I don't know, some app that they have. You can like get your food delivered to you through robot, which I thought was like really, really cool.
Yes, really cool. A robot delivering your food. No matter where you were on campus, they have some type of system, an app system that the food would come to you. After we left there, we traveled south. We went to Atlanta, Georgia, started really early that next morning, going to Morehouse College and the AUC Center. It was a very, very rainy day for us to start our tour, but we did get an opportunity to go to some schools. And one of the schools we went to, Mason, was Morehouse College. What would you describe Morehouse College as being?
Well, I would like to say Morehouse was one of the main colleges that really like interests me because they had all that history and all that stuff. Like everywhere we go was history. Like they even had a whole wall with all the people that were famous and that went to Morehouse. And like, there was only one woman on the wall that actually did not go to Morehouse, but she actually donated so much money to Morehouse, which made them available to like build more buildings and all that stuff. So they had like a lot of history, which interested me. So.
Yep, Morehouse, historic college. Where name someone who went to Morehouse.
Barack Obama.
Martin Luther King Jr. Was a product of Morehouse College, and we're excited because not only that day did we see the final resting place of Martin Luther King Jr. Madison, but we had an opportunity to go to his home, his birth home. And how would you describe all of that experience, going from the birth home of Martin Luther King to his final resting place? What was that experience like?
It was very shocking because something like that I've never seen before, and being able to step out and see things that I've never experienced or like saw for myself, it was just really new to me. And it was shocking to see how like he had whole dedicated areas to him and how we saw where he was living up to where he passed away, his memorials and things of that nature.
Yep, you're definitely correct. Definitely correct. Gazelle. So after we left there, I believe we went to a wonderful, wonderful next stop, and that was Tuskegee University. One of my highlights of the tour, because I believe Tuskegee University was a stop that really everyone woke up at because it was not now raining, had a nice, beautiful day. And we went to there. And what was some things you can remember about Tuskegee University?
Some things I can remember was probably the historical like context of the school, like when the tour guide was talking about Booker T. Washington, and I just feel like that really like, and how actually the school is like a historical site, and I feel like that was really important to hear the history about like the HBCU. So I thought that was a good experience.
Yep. So we found out that George Washington Carver and Booker T. Washington final resting place is actually on the campus of Tuskegee University. They're buried there, and we had an opportunity to visit their final resting place. But also we learned that Tuskegee University, which we are all familiar with Rise Up, Wake Up, and Pray. We're all familiar with because of the Tuskegee experience and that whole experiment that happened. But it was a wonderful institution that I believe made a lasting imprint on each and every one of the students that traveled with us. Mason, what would you say about Tuskegee?
I would have to say I like the part where we went into their church, where like they had all like the pictures of the people that either went to Tuskegee or like helped out. And then like one of my favorite parts was when we were sitting down and we started doing that little chant. And then another part was when he showed us the window of how like baby Jesus was in the center, and then like if the sunlight came through, it would shine right through. That was one of my favorite parts.
Each one of these schools had lasting impacts on our students. And that's why I appreciate each and every one of you who supported the HBCU tour happening here at Reed Temple. We could not have done it without the support of our wonderful congregation and those supporters that helped make this happen. I believe it's really a testament of where we are and where we think. And that's an awesome opportunity. Taylor, after we left there, we're going to show this video to you a little later. We went to a wonderful restaurant. I have to stop there because we went to Martha's Place, and I believe everyone remembers Martha's Place. But we had an owner who spoke life into each and every one of our young people, because she was speaking on how she basically started from nothing and created a restaurant from that. What would you say her story, how it might have impacted you?
So for me, I know that I had actually walked out when she was telling the story, but when I heard from my friends tell me, it's like she went through so much, and for her to have gone through so much and then been able to be strong enough to like make a restaurant and then like show like her gift of cooking to everybody, it was like really encouraging, because it was like you can really go through your worst and a good will come out of it in the end. So it really like encouraged me to be like, yeah, like whatever's going through happening, I know it's gonna be like a goodness that happened then, because she was going through it, and then she ended up making a restaurant and making a name for herself. So it really encouraged me.
Yes, indeed, right. And I know Madison and Gazelle will echo the same thing. But after we left there, Reed Temple, we traveled to Montgomery, where we went to Alabama State University. We were met there. We did a lot of walking at Alabama State. And that's one thing we did at every HBCU, I'm sure you all can say, is that we did a lot of walking. The tour involved a lot of walking once we got on the sites. What is some things you all can say about Alabama State, perhaps? Just anyone.
The campus life is it's a lot. There's a lot of people, a lot of things going on. Probably never a dull moment there. You know, you can always find something to do. So that's what I really liked about that college.
Gazelle, what would you say?
I definitely thought like the students, they were like a community, because when we, like our tour guide, she would like see a group of people and like, she would say hi to them and stuff. So I feel like everyone's like a big community, and I really like the campus.
So that was a wonderful campus, Alabama State University. And after we left there, Reed, we really had a life-changing moment, because where did we travel to? Where did we travel to after we left Alabama State? It's all blah now, right? Mixing together.
I don't even know.
The Edmund Pettus Bridge. We went to the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Describe that experience on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Just talk about that.
I ain't gonna lie, it was really, really, really good. Cause like you would walk across that bridge, and at that moment, like you wouldn't really be thinking about what happened in the past, cause like all that water was beautiful. But like when you really think about it, you weren't the first person to be walking on that bridge, and like they were walking on that bridge for a whole different reason. So, and then like just seeing those words on the bridge as well just meant something. And then like especially when we try to take pictures in the street and everything, like all the people were so respectful, waving at us.
Yep. Well, we try. Yes, the cars were driving. Talk about that, Gazelle.
Oh, like everyone was so welcoming, and like they were like happy to see like young students like traveling to HBCUs, and I feel like they were really happy about that, because they would like give us like good luck on our like journeys and stuff. So I feel like everyone was like really supportive.
Now, that bridge moment, Taylor, what would you say?
It was very like, because before I didn't know the real history behind the bridge. So like once I found out about it and everything, it was just like, wow, like we're really walking on the same like air surface as like what Martin Luther King and all them did. So it was really nice. I took a lot of pictures too. So I think I got a good picture worthy moment out of that too.
Yes, amazing experiences. We were there in Selma, Alabama. The next morning we had to get up very early as we traveled south, more south, but this time we went south to Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let's talk about Southern University. Let's go to Madison. Madison, what would you say about Southern?
Southern, they have a lot of different like areas. Like if you want to major in something specific, they most likely have that. I know they have like an honors program or something like that. That interests me. They also have like a lot of campus life. They have a nice food court. I enjoyed that. And yeah.
Mason, what would you say about Southern?
I agree with Madison. That food court was something different. I don't know. I don't know. Southern University wasn't really the college I would say I would keep my eye on. I did
like a lot of walking at Southern. We had opportunity to do a lot of shopping even at Southern. Spent some time there, and it was just a wonderful school that I believe that so many know about from the famous Southern University versus Grambling game, Bayou Classic that happens every year. But after we left Southern, we had to hurry because we had to go to Dillard University there in New Orleans, Louisiana. We're excited that we have another student that has joined us, Joshua Joseph, another product of Reed Temple Youth Department, and we're excited that he's with us. Welcome, Josh.
Hello.
We're excited. We were talking about Dillard University. Now, I know you are someone who definitely was interested in Dillard University. What would you say, and how would you describe your experience there at Dillard?
My experience at Dillard, I actually really liked Dillard, mostly because they had a lot of what I wanted to do, what I was interested in was music. They had a lot to offer in their music program, so that's one thing that I really liked about it.
Let's go. Let's see Gazelle. Talk about Dillard to us, because actually, Dillard was the first school that I would like to point out that split our team. Our males went one way and our females went another way. So, describe that experience, Gazelle.
I really like Dillard. I like that they had like a really good pre-med program, because that's what I'm really interested in. So it was good to hear about that, and I really like the campus. And just the people, they were like really nice. So I enjoyed Dillard.
Okay, now if anyone can jump in next. After we left Dillard, we went back to the hotel for the evening. And let's explain what happened after we left the hotel. Once we got to the hotel for the evening. After we left Dillard. At any time.
We all just
Josh, lead the conversation.
I forgot. Wait, was that one?
We were in New Orleans at this time.
Oh, wait.
Mason, we were in New Orleans. Gazelle, we were in New Orleans. Madison, we were in New Orleans.
That's when you announced the evening activity of going to the NBA game.
Describe that moment, Joshua.
For me, that moment when you told us, I didn't believe you at first, because like in the video, you can see I just sat there. I didn't really believe you, but I still was very excited about hearing the news, though.
Mason, what's your thoughts?
I didn't believe you either. I thought you was joking around, but then like we kept asking like, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" You was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, we going to an NBA game."
Man, I remember, Taylor, your excitement. I remember that. So we're not going to let you be quiet up there. Taylor, just talk about that moment.
Well, the player on the other team, or the player on the team, John Morant, like I was really excited. I didn't believe you either, because I was just like you asked us about Target and IKEA. So I was like, okay, we're probably going to go to Target. Like, okay. And then you told us about the game, and I was just like really excited because I like basketball. I like going to games. So it was just really like thrilling for me to be able to go to a basketball game.
Okay, now we did not just go to a basketball game, but let our viewers know, Madison, tell them, what did we do beyond just going?
We took a picture.
Where did we take the picture?
On the court, yeah.
On the court of the Pelicans. We had an opportunity to go on the court and take a photo. Our entire group, as you see on the screen, we're there on the floor of the the Pelicans Stadium there in New Orleans. Literally, all of our students were excited, and a few of them are basketball players, and we're just thrilled of that opportunity. And I know each one of you are as well. The next morning, we had an opportunity to go up to JSU, Jackson State University. Jackson State University. Taylor, what would you say about Jackson State?
It was very nice. I really liked the people and everything in it. So it was really cool. And like walking around and like see the campus. It's like if I were to just think of any college, I would never thought of Jackson State. So it was just really good.
Right. And then after we left Jackson State, we went to our Alcorn University. Alcorn, Josh, join us on this conversation. Alcorn University, what would you say your thoughts of Alcorn?
Alcorn, I like the school. The only thing I really didn't like about it is that it was in the middle of nowhere. But apart from that, I feel like it was a very like a family school. Like everybody knows each other, and I feel like that's a pretty good environment to be in.
Right. So we had an opportunity to go to the birthplace of Martin Luther King, the final resting place. And we actually even went in Memphis, Tennessee to the Lorraine Motel. And that's where, unfortunately, Martin Luther King was fatally gunned down there at the Lorraine Motel. So each one of you, feel free to jump in and just talk about your moments of walking through the Lorraine Motel and the Civil Rights Museum.
Well, for me, it was my second time going to the hotel, and the first time, the way I felt the same thing when I went again. It's just the way he was gunned down just didn't feel right. So,
what's your thoughts, Gazelle?
Well, like we had talked about it in like school, like before we came, but like actually like going to the museum and like seeing where he was killed was like really eye-opening. Yeah.
After we left there, we went to also the Stax Museum, Lemoyne Owen College, Fisk, and Tennessee State. But I do want to give each one of our students an opportunity to ask each other questions. So they've been warned about it. So each one of you can pick anyone on our panel and ask a question of their experience or just talk about something as it relates to the tour. We'll start with Taylor. Taylor, feel free to pick your person.
I don't know. I'm gonna ask Giselle. So, Giselle, how did it feel to like? Well, I want to know like how did it feel to have me as your roommate? Because I want to know like how did it feel as your roommate?
I thought it was really fun having you as my roommate, and I feel like we got like really closer, you know, on a personal level. I thought it was really fun, and I enjoyed every moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to Mason.
let me think. Hey Josh. Yeah. At the NBA game, who was you cheering for? Pelicans or the Grizzlies?
I was going for the Pelicans. Yeah, because we was in their city, so why not?
Josh, let's go to you.
That's my question to Mason. Did you enjoy the pool parties?
Well, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I did not go to any of them. I was too tired. We did.
Y'all go?
We did.
Any y'all want? That suck.
Madison, let's go to you.
I asked Taylor, what was your favorite part of the tour?
That's a good question. I'm probably gonna say either when I got Zaxby's in Atlanta or like riding the scooters that night. I think the last night we went, riding the scooters was fun too.
Yeah, I remember that. It was
Right.
Gazelle, what would you say?
Madison, what was your favorite school?
Alabama State, ASU. Yeah. It was just the best.
Alabama State. If I was to say how tiring was the tour, with 10 being very tiring and to 0 being not tiring, now what would your number be, Taylor?
Well, I get tired fast. I probably want to say like a cool 7 because walking a lot makes me really tired. So probably 7, and then all the activities together too. Like they were fun, but like again, I feel like I'm like a young old person, so probably a 7.
What would you say, Mason?
Wait, what was the highest number again?
The highest number is 10.
Oh, okay, 11.
11. Joshua.
I was like a 6.
6.
Yeah.
Madison.
4.
4. Thank you, Madison. Thank you. Gazelle.
I'll say 7.
7. We did do a lot in the week we were gone. We did do a lot and visit a lot of schools, but we really wanted to impart so much into our young people with the opportunities and chances that we had with that brief moment. We definitely had a wonderful time, and I'm sure that each one of them will echo the same thing. Each one of you, if you could do a commercial, letting the next person who didn't go on that tour convince them of going on a tour. Each one of you, give me your little blurb commercial, and what would you say? Let's go reverse. Let's start with you, Gazelle.
I'd probably say, this is a great tour. You should come out because it's gonna be sold out fast, and you're gonna see a lot of great schools and meet new people and have fun. So come along. Yeah.
Madison.
You should come on a tour because it's very eye-opening. You get to experience new cultures, what it's like to be on your own without your parents, and how to manage your own money and live like as a college student, as well as see different colleges.
Joshua.
I would say you should go on the college tour because it's the opportunity to see a lot of new things that you've never seen before. And it's a chance to learn a lot about things that you might have never known. And it's a great chance to go to college.
Mason?
I would say come on a college tour. You see the people with your own skin, like coming and making up these colleges and all that stuff. And then you'll have a lot of fun. God bless.
Taylor.
I would say like definitely come to the Reed Temple college tour. Because like everybody was just real like family oriented for real, and seeing the colleges, like it's better to see it in person than it is online. Like that's not going to give you a good insight. So you got to go and see it, and just do it.
Now, our the viewers watching, some of them may be beyond college years. So one thing that we did do, and I know Mason loved this aspect of the tour, is eat. We went to a lot of various different restaurants. So Mason, what was your favorite restaurant that we went to?
Martha's place. She had that good chicken. But then, like after that, I just got tired of chicken because we ate chicken like all week. We ate chicken all week. So.
Joshua, what would you say your favorite restaurant was?
My favorite restaurant, it wasn't a restaurant. It was when we went to the church. I feel like everybody's not gonna agree with that, but I really like the candy yams and the mac and cheese from the church.
All right, Madison, what would you say?
Martha's Vineyard because it gave that Southern food vibe.
All right, Gazelle.
I like Louisiana Purchase Kitchen. Getting that Louisiana soul food was really good.
Taylor.
Same. I like the Louisiana Purchase Kitchen because, like, I think the chicken was better there, and the cornbread was good too.
So Louisiana Purchase Kitchen, and Martha's Place in Montgomery, and Louisiana Purchase Kitchen in Louisiana and New Orleans. So those are what we had. So let's close with your grade. Each one of you say your grade. Let's go. Taylor, what grade are you in?
I'm a junior, so 11th grade.
Mason.
Senior.
Josh.
Senior.
Madison.
Junior.
Gazelle.
Junior.
We had an opportunity to take each and every one of them, plus about 50 others, on our tour, and it was a wonderful experience, and I'm just so excited that we have this opportunity, and it's not just reserved for them. We are planning a fall edition of this tour, a fall edition happening coming up in the fall, where we're going to take more students, more deserving students, on another tour, highlighting some of our HBCUs in our nation. But we can only do it with the support of a loving church like Reed Temple. Reed Temple has so many opportunities, and just thank God for the opportunities that we do have. This is a prayer that we simply need to pray anytime you feel discouraged, anytime you feel that you may need the Lord, anytime you feel that you need to help to make it go through. All you say is a simple prayer to invite him into your heart. Say, dear Lord, I know I'm a sinner. You died for my sins and then resurrected to life. Right now, I turn from my sins and I open the door of my heart and life. I confess you as my Lord and Savior. Amen. If you prayed that prayer, the very best prayer that you could possibly pray, because God will literally be with you every step of the way. Let us know by visiting readtemple.org/read cares, readtemple.org/read cares, whether you're coming for salvation, prayer, or to join our great family of believers here at the Reed Temple. We're excited to have you join us. God is the very best decision that you could ever make for him to come into your life. And I appreciate each and every one of you who prayed that prayer this morning. Let us know. To experience opportunities like this great tour, to experience opportunities like these great students, we cannot do it without all of you helping support this great, amazing church. Feel free to give and so now to text Reed Temple to 45777. 45777. Text Reed Temple to 45777 or visit readtemple.org/give. readtemple.org/give. I believe we had a wonderful, wonderful show and broadcast today. What would you all say?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We had a wonderful tour, wonderful time joining with our wonderful guests, Taylor Bridges, Mason Battle, Joshua Joseph, Madison Greenlee, and Gazelle Gerby. We had a wonderful, wonderful time, but this is not it. This is not it. Reed Temple, in lieu of our announcements today, what we're going to do is show you this highlight video of our tour. So feel free to look now as we look at the highlights of the 2023 Reed Temple HBCU tour happening right now.
Physically, just for him. When he spoke to the audience that was gathered here on the lawn. So of course we're asking out to go inside of our university chapel. So are there any further questions? The gentleman that we have featured here is actually the husband of our 8th president, Dr. Louise McNair. Let go. Left, back, front, left side, right side, forward, back, turn, right, left, back, front, left side, right side, forward, back.
So I want to challenge y'all today. Dream big dreams. Dream. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. Tell yourself what you can do and what you're going to do.
Listen. We have to do this very quickly. Silence. Listen. So once you get off the bus, go to the come and get the key to go to the room. Once you get in the room, I need you to go very, very quickly and change or do whatever you need to do. You can wear whatever you choose and desire to wear, because I need you back downstairs by 6:30 because we're going to an NBA game tonight.
Mic drop.
It's a parade in Dallas City! It's a parade in Dallas City!
He's dealing with the Cold War and the Russians over in the foreign theater, so he's trying to keep a lid on the civil rights movement here at home.